Time has expired. Ms. Owens.
That was unfair.
It was not unfair. You had plenty of extra time. Ms.
No,
Owens.
I did not.
Ms. Owens.
Mr. Chairman, there we go. Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Mr. Collins, thank you for having me here today. I received word on my way in that many of the journalists were confused as to why I was invited, and none of them knew that I myself was the victim of a hate crime when I was in high school. That's something that very few people know about me because the media and the journalists and the left are not interested in telling the truth about me because I don't fit the stereotype of what they like to see in black people. I'm a Democrat, I support the President of the United States, and I advocate for things that are actually affecting the black community. I'm honored to be here today in front of you all because the person sitting behind me is my 75-year-old grandfather. I've always considered myself to be my grandfather's child, and I mean to say that my sense of humor, my passion, and my work ethic all comes from the man that is sitting behind me. My grandfather grew up on a sharecropping farm in the segregated South. He grew up in an America where words like racism and white nationalism held real meaning under the Democrat Party's Jim Crow laws. My grandfather's first job was given to him at the age of 5 years old, and his job was to lay tobacco out to dry in an attic in the South. My grandfather has picked cotton, and he has also had experiences with a Democrat terrorist organization of that time, the Ku Klux Klan. They would regularly visit his home and they would shoot bullets into it. They had an issue with his father, my great-grandfather. During my formative years, I had the privilege of growing up in my grandfather's home. It's going to shock the committee, but not once, not in a single breath of a conversation did my grandfather tell me that I could not do something because of my skin color. Not once did my grandfather hold a gripe against the white man. I was simply never taught to view myself as a victim because of my heritage. I learned about faith in God, family, and hard work. Those were the only lessons of my childhood. There isn't a single adult today that in good conscience would make the argument that America is a more racist or a more white nationalist society than it was when my grandfather was growing up. And yet we're hearing these terms sent around today because what they want to say is that brown people need to be scared, which seems to be the narrative that we hear every 4 years right ahead of a presidential election. Here are some things we never hear. 75% of the black boys in California don't meet state reading standards. In inner cities like Baltimore, within 5 high schools and 1 middle school, not a single student was found to be proficient in math or reading in 2016. The single motherhood rate in the black community, which was at 23% in the 1960s when my grandfather was coming up, is at a staggering 74% today. I am guessing there will be no committee hearings about that. There are more black babies aborted than born alive in cities like New York, and you have Democrat Governor Andrew Cuomo lighting up buildings to celebrate late-term abortions. I could go on and on. My point is that white nationalism did not do any of those things that I just brought up. Democrat policies did. Let me be clear. The hearing today is not about white nationalism or hate crimes. It's about fear-mongering, power, and control. It's a preview of a Democrat 2020 election strategy, same as the Democrat 2016 election strategy. They blame Facebook, they blame Google, they blame Twitter. Really, they blame the birth of social media, which has disrupted their monopoly on minds. They called this hearing because they believe that if it wasn't for social media, voices like mine would never exist, that my movement Blexit, which is inspiring black Americans to leave the Democrat Party, would have never come about, and they certainly believe that Donald Trump would not be in office today. Looking on the next thing to focus on now that the Russian collusion hoax has fallen apart. What they won't tell you about the statistics and the rise of white nationalism is that they've simply changed the data set points by widening the definition of hate crimes and upping the number of reporting agencies that are able to report on them. What I mean to say is that they're manipulating statistics. The goal here is to scare blacks, Hispanics, gays, and Muslims into helping them censor dissenting opinions, ultimately into helping them regain control of our country's narrative, which they feel that they lost. They feel that President Donald Trump should not have beat Hillary. If they actually were concerned about white nationalism, they would be holding hearings on Antifa, a far-left, violent, white gang who determined one day in Philadelphia in August that I, a black woman, was not fit to sit in a restaurant. They chased me out. They yelled race traitor to a group of black and Hispanic police officers who formed a line to protect me from their ongoing assaults. They threw water at me. They threw eggs at me. And the leftist media remained silent on it. If they were serious about the rise of hate crimes, they may perhaps be examining themselves and the hate that they have drummed up in this country. Bottom line is that white supremacy, racism, white nationalism, words that once held real meaning, have now become nothing more than election strategies. Every 4 years, the Black community is offered handouts and fear. Handouts and fear. Reparations and white nationalism. This is the Democrat preview. Of course, society is not perfectible. We've heard testimony of that today. There are pockets of evil that exist, and those things are horrible, and they should be condemned. But I believe the legacy and the ancestry of Black Americans is being insulted every single day. I will not pretend to be a victim in this country, and I know that that makes many people on the left uncomfortable. I want to talk about real issues in Black America. I want to talk about real issues in this country and real concerns. The biggest scandal, this is my last sentence, in American politics is that Democrats have been conning minorities into the belief that we are perpetual victims, all but ensuring our failure. Racial division and class warfare are central to the Democrat Party platform. They need blacks to hate whites, the rich to hate the poor, and soon enough it'll be the tall hate.
With all due respect, the views and opinions expressed on Threatcon 5 clothing and Threatcon 5 radio are strictly the views of Threatcon 5 and do not reflect or represent the values of the Veteran Radio Syndicate. If you get offended by anything you hear on this show, please feel free to go fuck yourself. We thank you for listening.
Hey everybody, welcome to Threatcon 5 Radio here on the Threatcon 5 Radio Facebook page. Our network hosts Veteran Radio Syndicate, Threatcon 5 Clothing, and hopefully many other Facebook pages out there in Facebook land. I am your host, Bulldog, joined as always by my co-host and friend, Judy, who's probably still fucking muted. Dummy.
Let's try this again.
Yep.
Happy fucking Monday.
You were. Yeah, you are. Big dummy. All right.
Well,
hey, before we get
it is as you're sharing, it's like, too many fucking buttons to click.
I know. All right, so before we get into the shenanigans and the storytelling and everything that comes with the Threatcon 5 radio show, let's talk about our host sponsors, Beard BQ Sauce. The Air Force veteran up there in the frigid cold of northern United States. He told me the other day, Judy, when I talked to him, that they got like 2 feet of snow. He said it was 75 degrees last week. This week, 2 feet of snow. I say it sucks to be you, Felix. Just keep turning out the freaking barbecue sauce and everything will be fine.
Yeah, amen. Isn't he like upper Midwest, like, you know,
like North Dakota?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, go over there to beardbqsauce.com. Use what's his code?
Oh shit, I forget.
Oh shit, I forget for 15%. Actually, I don't think that it's oh shit, I forget, but hell, who knows? It could be. All right. Also, go check out.
So he'll post it.
Yeah, he'll post it in there. Also, go check out our good friends over at Venomous Firearms, where you can get great deals on firearms as well as delicious coffee. You can check them out at venomousfirearms.com. As you can see, though, Beard BQ, Sauce, and Venomous Firearms have re-upped with us for another quarter. Happy to have them on board with us. And, of course, there's Threatcon 5 clothing, so please go... You know what? I just realized that there is a wicked glare off my glasses. So I'm going to have to take them off.
Oh, that sucks.
All right. So, that's all right. All right. So, you know, go over to Threatcon 5 clothing. Use coupon code GRENADE, save yourself 10%, or any of the other codes that people are going to throw here in the chat. You know, the ones from Uncle Si and Mitchell and all my other T5 ambassadors that I'm sure are going to throw out all their codes. So yeah, check them out. You know, a lot of stuff is closed. Delagaff will be going in the mail tomorrow. The MAGA. Are You Triggered shirt is closed. But we have a lot of good things out there. You know, BV Nation Radio has a shirt that they still need to sell a couple of to close out. So go check that out. Go check out the PTSD Road Warriors, the We Got Your Six, and the Mike Harmon Racing team shirts. You can check those out at threatcon5clothing.com. Now, enough about that. Let me tell you, Judy, I guess we got to tell everybody why we started late tonight, huh?
Yeah, because you missed your period again?
All right, so... yeah, all right. Should I tell everybody about your face? Anyway. Yeah, anyway. So, I actually went to the school board meeting tonight. I felt as though there's a lot of injustices going on in this school, and it was time for somebody to speak out. So I went to the meeting, listened to everything they had to say, and yeah. What? Yo, need to change the name of the show to Technically Difficult? Why? What the hell's going on? Is there a problem?
I think it's on their end, tards.
Technically Difficult? Why? What's going on? Anybody having a problem? Felix said I need to make a new promo code, something y'all can remember. No, everybody's commenting, so they obviously fucking got the shit. All right, so, you know what? Let's say hi to the people in here. Uncle Si, Frank Urban, Josh Kaiser is here. He's one of the individuals that does the Sunday show, BV Nation Radio, or as we like to call it, Threatcon 5 Clothing. I mean, Threatcon 5 Radio 2.0. Cindy Cerny, Chad Stoles, Lee Colvin, Dean Cerny, Felix Irving, Scott Fink, Scott Frink, good to see you. Donna Rennick is here. What else? Who else? Where else? Already said them. Mitchell Reinken is here. Richard Rogist. Ross Golden. John Bright. Jade Lopez. Terrell Gould. Dan Stilson. Mark Zahner. Bob Dammit Jordan. Glenn Estes. Everybody is here. Everybody is here. It's good to see you all. As you know, week in and week out, we couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for you guys being here on this Taco Tuesday evening. So anyway, so I go to the school board meeting, right, Judy? And they're talking all about this suit that apparently some other school district has brought against the state's Department of Education because of funding, right? Now,
okay,
our taxes keep going up almost every year. And our taxes are going up. Yeah, they're going up because our road, and you know, it's because the school is constantly asking for more money, even though they've had a fucking surplus. The roads suck, the schools suck, so I don't understand. So they finally open it up for us to be able to, you know, for people in the cheap seats to be able to talk, and so I basically tell them, I'm like, listen, you know, you guys have sat out here tonight talking all this about we need more money for this and we need more money for that, and I'm here to tell you you're not even using the money that you have properly, because you have all these policies in place about, you know, students bullying each other and so on and so forth, but where are the policies that need to be in place for the faculty and staff bullying the students? Now, I've talked to about 8 different parents over the last couple weeks, and they all complained about the same individuals in the staff. The principal, the assistant principal, and the school coordinator.
That's fantastic. That's
Yep.
exactly who you want to be acting, showing their ass, is the principal.
Well, you know what's fucked up about it the most is this. Now, everybody knows Kendra. Kendra is co-host of the show for me when Julie was out. So
Asshole.
everybody knows, you know, me and Kendra have been together now for you know, about 2.5 years. Her son moved in with me in order to go to school here to make his education a little bit easier because of the stuff that he was dealing with in the other town that he was in. Okay, so he's had nothing but problems. He's been suspended. They've pushed this and they pushed that. Well, the problem is that everything they're pushing, they're making up their own rules.
Oh, good.
Okay, and it's completely freaking disgusting. So that's why we started an hour late tonight, because I wanted to be at the school board to address the issues.
Of course, yeah.
Now, as far as the rest of my week, my God, Judy, let me tell you, this weekend, I got a workout I have not gotten in a long time. Do we
really want to have a talk about your sex life on the air?
Good point. All right. No. All right. So if you haven't heard, we bought a hot tub. Okay. We bought a hot tub jacuzzi, a 8-person tub, and you know we have to prep the backyard for it because I basically want to build a deck around the hot tub. Okay. So this past weekend, me and Kendra went out. We marked out where the tub's gonna go, where the deck's gonna be, so on and so forth. I had delivered about 3 yards of crushed, not crushed stone, but like 3/4 stone. So we moved, Jesus, like freaking probably 1.5 yards, almost 2 yards of that fucking stone onto the into the backyard. We also dug 3 holes 4 feet deep in order to put sonotubes in for the deck's footings to be able to sit on. Yeah, it was a hell of a weekend. I also had to climb up on my roof to replace freaking the shingles that blew off during that bad storm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was a busy weekend. Real busy weekend. All right, so Felix Irvin says the new promo code is boobs. That's BOOBS, boobs. Good till tomorrow for 25% off everything.
Holy shitballs.
At beardbqsauce.com. So
I'm writing that one down.
What brand of hot tub did I buy? Kendra, if you're listening, could you run the brochure down so I could talk about it? I don't know what brand it is, but it cost me $11,500.
For real?
Yeah, I'm rolling in dough now. Paid off all my debt, so
that's right.
I've got nothing to do but make more debt.
Retarded.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's gonna be getting delivered on Wednesday. We're gonna get that in, gonna get the deck started. So it's gonna be pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be pretty cool. What else? Oh, so last week we were able to help out a veteran, a friend of the show's friend, and I want to thank everybody who stepped up and assisted in that. Some of them asked to be anonymous, so we're going to leave it at anonymous.
Yeah.
But once again, the veteran community proving that Caldera. It is a Caldera Paradise Series Selena. It looks like this. It looks like this right here. But it's in midnight black. So Cy, when we bring you out here this summer, make sure you bring your swim. He already said it. Can't wait to sit in that hot tub.
Oh, now I see it. Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
So Shirley Childs is here. Shannon Book is here. Michael Meredith is here. Good to see you all.
I love Shirley's comment. The first thing I hear when I join in it is boobs.
Oh, good. Good. Yep, so hot tub party at my house. All right, hey, you know what? I want to say a special shout out to Shannon Book. If you don't know who he is, he's a musician, singer. I know the band he used to be in, and I'm not going to mention it because I don't know if he's still in it. But really good dude. I'm glad to see him tuning into the show. We're mutual friends with our good friend Todd Snelling. So, Shannon, I appreciate you tuning in tonight. Mark Zane is here. He said, hot tub party at Bulldogs. Who's in? Everybody, come on over. Come on over. Just bring food and booze. All right. What else? What else? What he said, nope? Why'd you say nope, Shannon?
Crickets.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he said nope. Whatever. Oh, whatever. I must be missing something because now he said, absolutely, brother, I'm in. All right. Oh, what? Amanda Melton says I'll bring the beards. You can't bring beards to my fucking... Yep, he's not with that band. All right, so anyway, yeah, it was a crazy fucking weekend. Crazy weekend. And you know, also the other reason we were late tonight is me and Judy have been scrubbing the freaking all the shows and taking out the disparaging comments to ensure that there is no way it's going to come back to bite me in the ass when I run for Congress in 2020.
So basically, we've completely deleted the Threatcon 5 radio history.
Yeah, there is no shows anymore.
Nothing. We've never existed.
Nothing.
This show won't exist after tonight either.
No, that's kidding. You know, I'm still up in the air as to whether or not I'm going to even go with it. I just, you know, maybe it's just better to sit on sit out in the cheap seats and yell. You know, I mean, because if you think about it, right? If you think about it, Judy, if I was in the Senate chambers, okay, with individuals like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, and that fucking Tlaib, whatever the fuck her name is, I would probably get thrown in fucking jail. Seriously, because these are some of the stupidest fucking women that have ever held positions in this country. And you know, Judy, that I am not in any way freaking racist or sexist or anything.
Right.
But these women have just... Okay, so this past week, Ilhan Omar made a comment about the attacks on 9/11, saying it was something happened, or some people did something. Okay, something on that idea. I don't even want to remember exactly what it was she said. Okay, but AOC and that other Tlaib stupid shit actually backed her up.
Oh, I saw that. That's
okay?
Fantastic.
Now here is the problem that I have with it. And it's not even so much the fact that they would say some shit like that. It's this. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez grew up in New York. She should have the biggest problem with the stuff Ilhan Omar said. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, this affected her, okay? And it's just... I don't understand it. I mean, there's no question in my mind that these are one-term senators. They're not getting reelected. Okay, the people in New York.
God, I hope so.
No, they're not. There's no way they're getting. There's no way they're getting reelected. Okay, the people in AOC's district are upset with her. They're pissed off about the Amazon deal. They're pissed off about the things that she said that you know, she's embarrassing them. Ilhan Omar. I mean, look if they even make it through their first terms, they're both under investigation. AOC is under investigation for money that was transferred to apparently her boyfriend from campaign funds. Ilhan Omar.
Is that bad?
Yeah, that's kind of bad. She's the one that I'm pretty sure things are starting to come out about how she actually became a citizen by marrying her brother. And Tlaib, Rashida Tlaib, is that her name? Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
I'm gonna call her fucking. I'm not even gonna say it. Whatever. But okay, so she is the one who ran for position in a district that she did not even live in. She used an address that she used to live at when she entered into her not a contract, but when she bought into being a representative or to get on the ticket. So she's lied. Okay, there's tons of stuff that is going to come up on all three of these fuckers, and it's not looking good. Okay. You have the comments that are being made up, that people continue to bring up about their hatred of the United States. And I want to point out something that a lot of people don't understand. All right? Never mind the stuff that Ilhan Omar has said about when CARE was formed, or the stuff that she said about 9/11, right? Or the stuff that she has said about the president. None of that is the reason she hates this country. Let's remember for a moment, Ilhan Omar is a Somalian refugee. Okay? The same fucking country that in 1993 dragged American air pilots, Army pilots,
Helo pilots, yep.
Okay, through the fucking city of Mogadishu. Okay,
God bless you.
that is the time in which she probably started hating the country. And for anybody to think that somebody like that should be elected to represent somebody in the United States, to be a representative in the United States, is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And something has got to change. All right? And I hope and I pray, okay, that come 2020, individuals like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the Maine freaking senator, the Alaskan senator, Blumenthal, all these individuals lose their positions. Okay? I hope they're all voted out, because they have made a mockery of the United States legislative branch. Okay? They have spit all over the freaking Constitution, and it's completely sad, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. All right, so let's move on from that. How was your week?
Busy.
This apple fucking whiskey from Jim Beam is amazing.
I'm writing that on my shopping list right fucking now. So, I Ubered Saturday night.
Nice. When are you gonna record it like Eldon does, and send me the clip?
Well, the camera is $130, so if somebody wants to buy that for me. So so far, of all the groups of people that I get, it's the guys that are out of college that are hanging out together for the night. You know, they're just out for a boys' night.
Right.
They're really fucking funny.
Every
exists. Weekend that I've had one, they're the best. Like,
what college?
UT. For those of you who don't know, I live in Tennessee, not far from Knoxville. So I oftentimes I'll get lucky coming from where I live.
Ooh, wait.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, you know what? Just remind me I need to talk about Jason Reynolds' comment that he just made.
Okay.
All right.
So, often I'll get lucky and I'll get a passenger that is going into downtown Knoxville. So, you know, I don't have a commute. I'm getting paid to go because I try to get into downtown Knoxville.
Okay.
There's a lot of nightlife in Knoxville. It's a very fun city. Plus, once you get close to the university on a busy weekend, there is no deadhead between rides.
What university are you talking about? University of Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay. Knoxville?
And yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure exactly where you were.
So, we, you know, like I said, when you get into Knoxville on a busy Saturday night, there is no deadhead in between rides. You know, you're accepting rides from your next passenger while you still have people in your car and your next destination. I actually, this past weekend, I had 3 rides that I picked up where I dropped off. That's how little deadhead I had. So that's nice because you're just constantly making money. It's just, you know, they're just pouring money into your car while you're driving. So these guys I had Saturday night, I had a couple groups of guys that were out for a boys' night, but this one group, they were so fucking funny. So they started talking about, you know, like all their girlfriends were away. One guy's wife was out of town for the weekend or whatever. So they're kind of, you know, reliving the glory days. And this guy was talking about how when he was in college, he had to get rid of his scarf collection from the girls that had left scarves at his place after he brought them back to his apartment. And of course, one of the guys was like, "Are you sure they were all girls' scarves?" And the guy, without missing a beat, goes, "Well, your dad did come over a couple of times." So the guy sitting in my passenger seat is like, "I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "I'm good. Trust me, I could cuss up a storm and hang with you guys all night." So then they were like, "Oh, we got the green light." So they just keep going with it, right? And then one guy was like, "You have no idea how wrong that is." And I'm like, so of course I'm kind of like provoking the conversation a little bit, you know. I'm like, so they were talking about like things that they had left at people's places that they lost. Like the same guy was like, "Yeah, I lost a really nice jacket once." And I was like, "Womp womp, you're never getting that one back, are you?" And he's like, "Nope, don't want it back." And so the one guy that was, when he was like, "Oh yeah, your dad did come over that one time," and and the guy was like, "Oh really?" The guy that he was busting his balls. And then somehow, I don't know how the subject came right around back to it, and he goes, "Your dad did look fabulous in that one." And it was just so fucking funny. And they were like, "You're going to tell people about this story?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm going to talk about this story on my radio show." And they were like, "What?" So I told them all about Threatcon 5 and told them that they were going to be a story on the air. And they were like, "We're your favorite group, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Actually, you guys are." They were my favorite group of the night. The guys, I don't know what it is. They just, it's almost like the Uber driver isn't there if they get in your car and they've had a couple drinks and they just start talking, and it's the best. I had one about 3 weeks ago. This was a really funny one too. So older guys, they were in their early 30s, just out for a guy's night. And it's another busy college night. So there's all these young girls running around in clothing that they shouldn't be. And a couple of them were wearing really short dresses and really high heels, and they're running, and it's starting to rain. Actually, they were waiting to cross a light, to cross a crosswalk, and my car is like right here, getting ready to turn right towards them. So one of the guys in the back rolls down the window, "Hey, you guys need a ride? We got an Uber XL. We got room." And I'm laughing my fucking ass off. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I should not be encouraging this, you know?" And then the girls just turned around and looked at him like, "Oh my God, crapers," you know? And then the girls realized that the light has changed so that they can start walking, and they turned around and looked at the guy who still has the window down, and they start running, and the guy goes, "Yes, they're running away. We still got it."
Oh, boy.
But I've actually really enjoyed it. It's a fun, easy way to make money as long as you don't mind staying out, Saturday nights are a good way to make money. I try to get out of there by about. I don't want to be around after last call.
Why? That'd be more fun.
You reduce the risk of people puking in your car when you get out of there early.
No, see, all you gotta do is be somebody like me. You puke in my fucking car and I'm gonna kill you.
Well, and you can charge them as well. Terrell Gould says it, short dresses plus rain. Exactly. So, of course, the guys were making fun of the girls dressed like that. Like, yeah, you really checked the weather forecast there, didn't you, streetwalker?
That's funny. That's funny. So,
Sai says older guys in their early 30s. What I meant by older guys was like they're not in college, but they're hanging around the campus.
Oh, ooh, that was an apple fucking whiskey burp.
Whoops.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, who was it that you were supposed to remind me? The comment.
Oh,
Jason
shit.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Jason Reynolds.
Something about Trump.
Yeah. Okay. So, did you hear this one? I love this. Okay. So, if anybody out there does not believe that President Trump knows exactly what he's doing, think again. So, this past week, he said that he is going to release all of the illegals into these sanctuary cities. And Nancy Pelosi lost her fucking mind. Lost her mind. You can't do that. Now, wasn't she the one that wanted to protect all these people in sanctuary cities?
I seem to recall something.
Yeah. So all he's doing is making them look stupid by making them contradict themselves. And I love it. I think it is fucking amazing. But anyway, all right, so we're gonna jump into the douche of the week segment. But before we jump into the douche of the week segment,
hi, Kitty.
Let's talk about a hero amongst us.
Yes.
All right. So we don't get an opportunity to do this very often, where we get to positively talk about something that somebody has done in the communities, because for some reason good news doesn't always make the stories, right?
Right.
So I have a story, and this one is very close to me. Kendra's son James is a high school senior at Dover High School in Dover, New Hampshire. In his on the weekends and when he can, he volunteers at the fire department, and he stays at the station, and he's learning to be a paramedic and a firefighter, and that's very commendable. But this is why he's a hero amongst us. It didn't happen this week, and it didn't happen last week. It happened the week before the show that we didn't air because Judy and I were sick.
We were both so deathly ill.
He was leaving one of his classrooms when he looked back and noticed his teacher wasn't looking right. The teacher was having a heart attack.
Oh my God.
Basically, I'm not going to get into all the details, but his actions, as soon as he noticed the teacher was having problems, led to that teacher's life being saved. Okay?
Wow, I just got chills. That is amazing.
Well, it doesn't end there. The next day, or 2 days later, he was being recognized by the school principal, where during the time that the principal was talking about what he had done, he could hear something. And he's like, something doesn't sound right. That's weird. Do you hear this noise? And nobody heard it. He heard what sounded like snoring or gasping or something. And he went into the next classroom where he thought he heard the noise coming from. And the teacher in the classroom next to where he was being recognized was having a seizure.
Oh my God.
And he saved her life. He kept calm. He made sure that everybody around him was calm. He did the right thing to keep her safe. And I'm very proud of him.
Wow.
I'm very proud of him.
That's fantastic.
This kid is just absolutely amazing. Okay? He is... he's going to be a hell of a paramedic. He does he looks out for people the same way Kendra does as a nurse, you know, and she has done such an amazing job with these kids. You know, if you don't know about Kendra's kids, her oldest is graduating on May 18th from nursing school. She's graduating to be going to be an RN. She's already taken a job at Portsmouth Hospital. Her next oldest daughter is in school right now, as well as working. The oldest boy is the one I just spoke about, James, and then there's Joe, and you know, he's the one that lives with me and Kendra, and they're all just great kids, and I'm very proud of, you know, to be part of this family. And it's not very often that we get to name somebody as a hero of the week, but when it's somebody that is related to you or gonna be related to you, it makes it even more special. So I just thought everybody needed to hear that story, because that's
amazing.
That is really amazing. So that is our hero of the week, James Kent, high school senior, Dover High School. Not once, but twice saved the lives of somebody in his school. And I really hope they do something for him at graduation, because he deserves it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. All right, so what do you think? You think it's time for the douche of the week?
Definitely.
Definitely. All right, well, let's then do it.
So
Threatcon
first, I
5
want to
radios.
tell you guys something. If you
Douche of the
haven't
week.
already,
You
do us a
douchebag.
favor.
I just played the douche of the week
Oh,
thing, and then you started talking.
I'm sorry.
All right, whatever. Go ahead. Do us a favor.
Yeah, do us a favor. If you haven't already, go and give us a smile or a laugh or a what the hell or a frown or an angry smiley or a love. You guys are going to... It helps our ratings. If you guys just give it a like, it's not enough anymore. If you guys haven't heard us talking about it, Facebook is changing their algorithms again. Starting to figure them out.
Yep.
So if you just give us a like and nothing else, you're going to possibly have Threatcon 5 or VRS videos drop out of your feed. So make sure you're giving us, you know, a heart-on or a smiley face or something like that, other than the thumbs up.
Yeah, give me a heart-on.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wait.
I keep forgetting about the damn intro video for Douche of the Week. I'm Douche of the Week. There we go. Problem solved. Who's going first?
Why don't you go first? But let's play the douche of the week video once again. Being
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, but before I do that, I gotta yell, "Ma! I need more whiskey!" All right.
Okay, so I want to read
Hold
you...
on, it didn't fucking play because we're on that screen still. God damn it. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do it again. Here we go.
Threatcon 5 radios. Douche of the week.
All right, douche of the week. Woohoo!
Whee!
And it's Judy's douche of the week. There we go.
So everybody wants to know if I said heart on. Yes, I did. If you click the little red heart, you're giving us a heart on. So...
Judy, hold on. So I yelled up, I made the joke, "Ma!"
Yeah.
Well, my ma came down. You get into character and everything, huh? Thanks, Ma. All right.
Oh my God, that's great. I love her.
No, I need whiskey.
So this is my douche of the week. Before I tell you who that is, I want to read you a story really quickly.
That's a sexy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at him.
Needs to be kicked in the balls several times.
He looks like he wants to eat somebody.
Yeah, he really
like a little
does.
bit of brains with Chianti, with a little
Yeah.
Chianti.
Yeah, some fava beans.
Fava beans. All right, moving right
So
on. Go ahead.
here's this. That is the guy's picture. That is not who I'm gonna initially talk about, but you'll get it here in a minute if you haven't seen this fucker's mugshot.
Oh shit.
On May 11th, 2011, 6-year-old Timothy James Pitson was dropped off at a school in Aurora, Illinois by his father, James Pitson. He was picked up shortly after by his mother, Amy Fry Pitson, who took him on a 3-day trip to various amusement and water parks.
Fry Pitson.
Fry Pitson's body was subsequently found in a motel room in the town of Rockford, Illinois, having committed suicide, with a note stating that Timothy was safe.
Wait a minute. He committed suicide? Are you sure Hillary didn't kill him?
It was the mom.
Oh, okay.
It was the mom. So the little boy, who was 6 years old at the time, went missing. This was, remember, keep in mind, this is back in 2011.
Okay.
Dad drops his son off at a school, never sees him again.
Oh, boy.
The mother, in her suicide note, said, "You will never find Timothy, ever." So, fast forward to April, the beginning of this month. I don't remember the exact date. This gentleman that you see in the picture.
Is that the guy that didn't make the cut for the Backstreet Boys? That's what Bob wants to know.
So the gentleman in the picture, his name is Brian Michael Rennie. He's 23. He told investigators in Kentucky on Wednesday that he was Timothy Pitson, the missing boy, and he had run across an Ohio bridge after escaping his captors. DNA tests indicated that the man was not the boy who vanished 8 years ago. While Rennie was posing as Pitson, he told authorities, including those who identified themselves as FBI agents, that he had been sexually and physically abused for years while he was being held. He said, according to the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Ohio. Rennie complained of abdomen pain and was brought to Cincinnati Children's Hospital. He didn't change his story even after the agents warned him that lying to federal agents is a violation of federal law. Then the story gets deeper. The FBI discovered that Rennie had allegedly portrayed himself as a juvenile sex trafficking victim in 2 prior instances.
What the fuck?
His true identity was discovered in those cases after he was fingerprinted.
Hold on. It's been a while. I think this calls for a whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It does.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
So in this instance, Rennie refused to be fingerprinted, but agreed to submit a DNA sample.
Bob Jordan said it reminds me of my escape from the Vatican.
He maintained that he was Pitson until he was confronted by investigators with the DNA results that they had compared with DNA of Pitson's relatives. He allegedly said he watched a story about Timothy on 2020 and stated he wanted to get away from his own family. He said a statement from Glassman's office. A rerun had aired several weeks ago during a news, I guess is what they discovered, and they released that information during a news conference.
Scott Pilgrim versus the FBI. Oh my god, the comments tonight are fucking great.
Rennie told investigators he wished he had a father like Timothy's because if he went missing, his own father would just keep drinking. So here's the problem that I have with this. The way the story blew up, obviously this guy's got some mental illness, or he wouldn't keep admitting that he's somebody who disappeared time and time again.
Right.
There's some untreated mental illness here.
Right.
Get some fucking treatment.
Right.
You know, and my biggest problem with this is this poor family, the Pitson family, had their hearts ripped open all over again. So much so that the dad actually wouldn't appear on camera after all this happened.
That's pretty.
So the way it all came to light was there were some people who saw him running and it looked like he was injured, blah blah blah, and he was asking, like as a desperate plea, he was asking for help, and he admitted to those people that he was, you know, he had been abducted back in 2011. And if you look at his face, he looks pretty young for his, I mean, he's 23, but he doesn't really look 23. He looks like he could pass as a young boy. I've just, my heart breaks for that family. I just can't imagine, because now they're back to square one. Yeah. The wounds are fresh again. And this motherfucker, I don't know if you've seen, Bulldog, if you followed any of this story, but actually his own brother, they did one of the news media outlets did an interview with him, and his own brother was like, I mean, they had to bleep out the cuss words because his brother hates him that much.
Wow.
Because he used his own brother's identity to do things, and like his brother had to go to traffic court even though it wasn't him that got the tickets and everything, and he had to do a lot of work to get that shit off his record.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So this guy needs some fucking help, and you're my fucking douche of the week.
There you go. That's Julie's douche of the week. All right. So before I get into my douche of the week, I got to tell everybody what it was that I just ate. So Kendra, when she brought down my apple whiskey, decided she wanted to cheese me. She threw a piece of cheese at me and it stuck to my head. So I ate it.
Well, at least it wasn't a baby.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a baby. Babies don't stick to my head. All right. Okay, so now it's time for my douche of the week, and I have to preface my douche of the week by saying I am not going to show you the picture of the douche of the week. And here is why. He doesn't deserve it. So instead, I want to share with you the picture of his victim. Because she deserves to be recognized. Who you see in front of you is a young lady, 21 years old at the time of her death, was killed in the very early morning of, sorry, my computer ain't working right now.
Of course not.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. A police officer named Tyler Berry, 27 years old, crossed the center line in a pickup truck and hit a vehicle on Route 101 in Amherst in New Hampshire on Friday night. A judge released Berry on his own personal recognizance, and he's scheduled for... I know, I can't say that word to save my life. Okay. He's scheduled for an April 18th court appearance. It wasn't immediately known if Berry had a lawyer. A phone message was left seeking comment. Police say that 21-year-old Sierra Croto, the young lady that you see there, was pronounced dead at the scene. Tyler Berry is a Londonderry fucking police officer. That's right, a police officer accused of drunk driving killed a young lady. Can you imagine the pain of seeing your daughter or your son and them leaving you and never getting to see them again, and knowing that the person that killed them is somebody that's supposed to uphold the law?
Yep. That's awful.
Tyler Berry, on April 18th, when you go to court, you better fucking put your fucking hand out and say, just put me away for life, because that's all you deserve. And it's disgusting to think that
I totally agree.
This young lady's life is gone because a police officer, someone supposed to uphold the law,
was that fucking irresponsible,
was driving drunk. Now, there are some witnesses. A couple other stories came out after the initial story that saw the vehicle. They didn't know who it was or whatever, but they saw the vehicle, and he was driving completely erratic, and they said there's no way this guy should have been behind the wheel. I just wish that somehow, some way, we could get people to understand that you're not putting your life in jeopardy when you get behind the wheel drinking and driving.
Yep.
You're putting everybody else's life at jeopardy. And no matter what, you might piss somebody off. They might not be too happy that they have to get out at freaking 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But you know what? The fact that you reached out to somebody and asked for a ride instead of getting behind the wheel drunk is the better thing to do. Because
you know what? Uber is so much cheaper than a fucking DUI.
Oh, fuck a DUI. He ain't getting just a DUI.
Oh, I know, but you know what I'm saying.
All right. So they go on, and what pisses me off the most about when you read these stories is that for some reason, the people that write the story that gets printed either on the internet or in the newspaper, for whatever reason, feel it necessary to give the person guilty of the crime a little bit of humanity. All right. So the story goes on to say, we're shocked and saddened to learn of Sierra's tragic passing. Her employer at Bright Star Home Care said she'll be greatly missed by the whole Bright Star Care family. She was a wonderful girl with a caring heart and a positive attitude. Our deepest condolences to her family, friends, clients, and co-workers. Police say Barry of Amherst was seriously injured and hospitalized. He was later arrested on a felony charge of aggravated driving under the influence. His condition wasn't immediately known. Who fucking cares? Who cares what his condition was?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
You know what? He was drunk, he took a life, and that's all we need to know. So that's my douche of the week. And Sierra Croto, I hope her family knows that many people feel the pain that she feels. A lot of people don't know that in 2009, when I was still on active duty, my son was nearly killed in a car accident. And it's the hardest thing that anybody can go through to feel the pain of potentially losing a child. A parent is never supposed to bury a child.
Nope.
Okay? My son was in a coma for 4 days. When he finally
Jesus
awoke,
Christ, Bulldog.
When he finally awoke, he had serious swelling on his brain. They had to remove the bone flap for the swelling, and by the time he got to rehab with an infection in the brain, he had to learn to walk. He had to learn to talk, read, write, all that stuff all over again. And,
wow.
I can't even imagine how much harder it would have been if his life was taken that day. So,
yeah,
so
terrible.
So the family needs to know that other people have felt that pain, and we are thinking about poor Sierra Croto and her family. So that's my douche of the week, Tyler Berry. Congratulations there, Londonderry. You did a great job in hiring a piece of shit police officer.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you do a little better job next time.
I just hope he's not above the law, as we've seen occasionally it happens.
No way. Not when you take a life. Not when you take a life. Yeah. All right, so anyway, Judy.
Yeah.
Let's lighten it up a little bit. Let's go to our top 10.
Oh, I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yes, I do. Because that's sad. I mean,
I know.
It's always sad when we talk about things that are heart-wrenching, and I mean, look at each and every one of us as veterans and mothers and fathers, sisters, brothers, whatever. We've all felt some sort of pain, whether we've seen a brother or a sister die in combat. We always got to think about the pain that's associated with loss, and we got to move on, and we got to know that despite how hard it is to go through some of that thing, you know what? We are human, and sometimes it's okay to feel down, but as long as you can find some happiness in life, that's a good thing. And I know I'm rambling a little bit, but this story, for whatever reason, it really touched me. I feel so bad thinking that somebody would lose their life to a police officer. They're not above the law.
In such a careless and irresponsible
way.
Yeah,
it's an action. It's such a careless and irresponsible action. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get to what the fuck is my computer doing? All right, there we go. Let's get to our top 10. I will let you introduce it this week.
Okay. Oh, this doesn't like my ad blocker all of a sudden.
I gotta find it. That's why I'm letting you start.
Yes. So it's in Messenger. Don't forget.
Yeah, I know. I gotta
This
find
week's
it. Though.
Top 10 is the 10 outrageously dumb Darwin Award winners. That's right.
Yeah.
We may have found the cream of the crop tonight.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you know what we need to announce? We actually have a new segment that's going to be starting next week. We have a new segment that's going to be called Florida Man.
Yes.
And starting next week, we are going to bring forth the Florida Man. The story that just completely blows your fucking mind. We're gonna put our stories together about the funniest person from Florida, and we are going to run with it. And we might actually post the stories throughout the week and let you guys rank them. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do like a Florida Man top 10.
A Florida Man top 10.
Maybe we won't get 10, but I don't know. It seems to be pretty easy. It is our. I just think it's really funny that we're doing Florida Man. And like, I think I want to say I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it's possible that Threatcon 5 is the platform that started this fascination with the
yeah,
state
absolutely.
of Florida, because we've been doing this. It's been our favorite state for a long time. So all these people on social media are just bandwagoners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure we're going to throw in some superhero music, and something like some drunk guy on a tricycle wearing a cape is going to be our hero.
Yep, that's it. Absolutely. All right. So you want to start? You want me to start?
But I'll start.
All right, go. You go ahead.
So number 10 is Say Cheese. There is no denying that people are far too distracted by their cell phones, and texting and driving has become a very real issue. However, selfies have become a leading source of death in recent years. Not just while driving, selfies in general. There have been hundreds of selfie-related deaths since the creation of the smartphone. Usually people trying to pose near the edge of a cliff, on railroad tracks, or on a balcony. We've talked about a couple of those stories, haven't we?
They're all over the news. How many people have died at the Grand Canyon? I mean, I'm sorry. I straight up think it's nature's way of fucking getting rid of dumb people.
Hey, we are thinning out the gene pool.
Yeah,
we're thinning the herd.
There you go.
Sterilizing the pool.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Fucking
One
A.
story of such a death is British tourist named Dean Steele. He was visiting Germany and wanted to take a selfie on the Autobahn highway. The Autobahn is famous for having no speed limit, so cars can drive as fast as they want to. Usually during the day, there is far too much traffic on the road for people to take advantage of this perk, so most of the speeding is done at night when the roads are clear. Not when Judy was stationed there. I'm sorry, was that out loud? This is exactly when Steele decided it would be a good idea to take a selfie in the middle of the highway, and he promptly got hit by a car driving at full speed. Dummy, exactly. The story doesn't need anything more than that. There it is. You're on the Autobahn, driving like an asshole, even though it was legal, taking a selfie. Dumbass.
Number 9, Mystery Liquid. In 2012, a man named Gary Allen Banning was visiting a friend's house for a party in North Carolina. He spotted a salsa jar with the mysterious golden liquid. Oh my God.
Okay, we don't read these to get the genuine reaction, just so you're aware.
He decided to take a swig of what he assumed was someone else's drink. It turns out the jar was filled with gasoline that a friend had been using to clean up grease.
Why not?
While the friends had a good laugh, Banning spat out the gasoline and got it all over his clothes.
God.
Banning needed to take the edge off of what just happened, so he pulled out his lighter and started smoking a cigarette. The gasoline on his clothes and mouth ignited into flames. Banning was rushed to the hospital, but eventually died from burning alive. Now, Listen, if you drink fucking gasoline, the best thing is to not try to spit it up or puke it out. The best thing is to drink milk and let it settle in your stomach so that you don't have a serious reaction afterwards. Not try to spit it out and then get it all over your clothes and then light a cigarette, like one Gary Allen Banning did in 2012.
Just saying, kids. Okay.
I mean, that's almost as stupid as going through the drive-thru and getting free fries for your 2 burgers that you ordered. When who goes and orders 2 burgers without fries?
I do.
Bob, damn it.
I know exactly what you were talking about.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. At least take a shower before you go and have a cigarette after pouring gasoline on yourself.
What a fucking moron.
I know. Number 8, window pane.
Oh, shit.
In 1993, an attorney named Gary Hoy was working on the 24th floor of the TD Center in Toronto, Canada, for the Holden Day Wilson law firm. The windows in the building were known for being unbreakable, and Hoy loved to joke around by throwing himself at the glass to prove it. A group of law students was visiting the firm one day on a tour when Hoy went through his routine of shoving his shoulder into the window. That day, however, he must not have known his own strength because the glass popped out of the window frame. He was right. It didn't break. But he still went hurtling down 24 stories to his death. This story became so well known that it was featured on the TV show Mythbusters and 1,000 Ways to Die. And now Threatcon 5 Radio.
Yep.
It was also featured in a B movie appropriately named Darwin Awards. Oh my God, that's a movie?
People are dumb.
I don't care if it's a B movie. Look, I'm Googling it right now.
I don't know. I gotta say that I am surprised by the amount of people that actually go and order burgers without fries. There's a lot of people that are like, yes, I do every day. What, do you not like French fries?
Listen, I love French fries. I can't have them.
Jesus. Here's an even bigger question.
So everybody wants to go see the Darwin Awards movie. Darwin Awards movie.
Absolutely.
Stream Darwin Awards movie. Let's see how. Of course, it's on Amazon.
Number 7 on the list: faith healing failure. In 2015, a pastor from Zimbabwe named Shamiso Kayayama. I don't think he's originally from Zimbabwe.
Was there a in there somewhere?
No, there wasn't. It was Shamiso Kayayama. Sounds more like Chinese, Vietnamese, Laos, Thailand, I don't know. Claimed he was gifted with the powers from God to heal people. So when 5 men from his town asked to help to cure a mysterious illness that was plaguing their families, he instructed them to bury him alive. Because it would help him absorb more power from the earth.
Oh my God.
Kanyama helped the 5 men dig his own grave, laid face down in the dirt without a coffin. He instructed the men to bury him and dig him up after enough time has passed. Obviously, when they did, he was dead. Despite the fact that multiple witnesses were there to confirm the story, the 5 men who buried all faced charges for the pastor's murder. That's fucked up.
So, what? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. That just doesn't seem right to me.
Number 6. Oh, the irony. It seems like common sense that helmet laws are put in place to protect people's lives while riding both bicycles and motorcycles.
Fuck that garbage.
But when you tell most Americans that they need to do something, they consider it to be impeding on their freedoms. That's right, fucking America.
Fucking right.
Over 550 motorists participated in a rally in New York State in the summer of 2011 to fight for their right to party and ride without a helmet. One of the protesters, a 55-year-old man named Philip Contos, had to slam on the brakes to prevent running into a bike in front of him at the rally, and lost control of his Harley-Davidson motorcycle. His body was thrown over the handlebars, and he hit the pavement, you guessed it, head first. When doctors examined his body at the hospital, they confirmed that if he had been wearing a helmet, the guy would have lived.
Bullshit. They don't know that for fact, because when he was thrown over the handlebars, he could have hit head first and broke his neck and severed his spine, and he could have been dead. So fuck that garbage. I live in New Hampshire. We don't have a helmet law. I don't wear a helmet. If I die because I get thrown over the handlebars and I hit head first, guess what? I die doing something I love. Fuck that noise.
It's a Darwin Award winner. It's not really.
Number 5, a full moon. This is not about nudity.
Oh.
A 25-year-old named Travis Lane was very drunk and high after spending the night at a house party in Otago Township, New Zealand. A group of friends was standing around a campfire outside, and Lane thought it would be funny to pull his pants down and moon or give a brown eye to oncoming traffic. You know, it's not a brown eye unless you don't wipe your ass. Just saying. Every time he saw a car coming, he would run towards the road, drop his pants, and then walk back to the group at the bonfire. He must have thrust his rear end a little bit too close to the highway during one of these stunts because he was hit by oncoming traffic. He suffered a broken arm and a brain injury and was sent to the hospital. He died a month later. The coroner showed no sympathy, saying he has paid the ultimate price for his foolishness. And, in my opinion, the coroner is a complete douchebag. Moving right along.
Number 4. When snakes attack. See, I'd be dead already, just the headline of the story. In one small town in Kentucky, pastors of a Pentecostal church claim that by handling poisonous snakes during their sermons, they are proving that God is protecting them from harm. They have a strict policy that if anyone is ever bitten by a snake, they are not allowed to seek medical attention because God will take care of them.
Alrighty then.
In 2015, one of the pastors, John David Brock, was bitten in the arm by a venomous snake, and he refused to seek medical treatment. Not surprisingly, Brock did not receive the anti-venom, and he died.
Oh.
He was not the only pastor to die from this same church either, despite the obvious flaw in their beliefs. They continue to use deadly snakes during church services. Hey, I want to let you guys on a little secret, you at your Kentucky Pentecostal church. The way God takes care of us in this instance is that he made us smart enough to have scientists to develop things called anti-venom. That's how God took care of us. Dumbasses.
Hey, Aaron Cottingham wants to know if the guy that got hit by the oncoming car was related to the guy on the Autobahn. Oh, boy. Number 3, not all fun and games.
Uh-oh.
A 45-year-old school teacher named James Young was at Cedar Point Amusement Park in Ohio. Been there.
Love it.
I went on the Raptor roller coaster, which twisted and went upside down. His phone and other personal belongings were in his pocket during the ride, and they fell onto the concrete below the tracks. When the ride was over, he did not notify the employees running the ride that he needed to get his phone back. Instead, he chose to jump over the fence into a restricted area in order to get himself. He jumped down the tracks while the roller coaster was still in operation. It rushed by at full speed and killed him. It took roughly 30 minutes for paramedics to arrive, but by then it was already too late. If you ever lose anything on a ride, please ask an employee to help.
I think we covered that story, didn't we?
I don't remember, but I don't think it really mattered if it took the fucking paramedics 2 hours. He was probably dead on fucking impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame, too. He inconvenienced all those people at the park that wanted to ride the Raptor. The Raptor is one of the contenders for the highest and fastest. What the fuck?
When I went...
You consider it bastard?
I went to Cedar Point way back in 1990. It was right before.
Yeah,
it was right before I went to basic training, and they had the roller coaster that it went up like 200 feet and then dropped 192.
Demon Drop! Yeah!
Yeah!
I fucking love that ride!
Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool. That was pretty fucking cool.
So, since I'm from Ohio, I spent every summer I was there 2-3 times. At least. It's one of my favorite places.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Unless it's Canadian soldier season, which is those god-awful, they look like mosquitoes and they're about this big, and you get a pack of them and they can carry you off. That's not fun.
Oh.
Number 2, Over the Falls. You would never catch me doing anything this dumb. Whatever's about to be said, you will never catch me doing anything this dumb. Niagara Falls is one of the natural wonders of the world that lies on the U.S.-Canada border. It has seen its share of daredevil stunts, or as Judy likes to call them, stupid stunts. And one attempt in '95 led to a man's death. 39-year-old Robert Overtracker from California traveled all the way to the East Coast to ride a jet ski at high speed over Niagara Falls as a stunt to raise money for homelessness. I just had to pause there for a second. His plan was to activate a parachute at the last minute and fall to safety. The local police force followed along as he was going on the jet ski, pleading for him to rethink doing the stunt because it was far too dangerous. Unfortunately for him, the parachute never fully activated because the falls aren't fucking tall enough, and he plummeted to his death in the front of a crowd of people. There is no footage of the incident because there weren't cell phones in everybody's hand back then, except for one photo taken by an Egyptian tourist at the exact moment he fell off the edge.
Can you see this? I mean, seriously, it's like, woohoo! Look at this guy go! It's fucking amazing! Woohoo! Whoa! Yee!
Whoa. Talk about blue balls.
Damn! Damn! That parachute! Ah! Well, sucks to be him. Alrighty. And number 1. The ancestors...
Did you say incestors?
The ancestors were disappointed.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. This is not about incest. Roll Tide anyway. All right. A psychic from Thailand named Thriprit Pali, which is probably Thripit Pali,
Probably.
claimed that he was immortal. Okay.
Okay.
I have a feeling the story's not going to end well.
Just saying.
Because he was protected by the spirits of his ancestors.
Oh, clearly.
He was a fan favorite for the locals who truly believed that he had incredible powers. Crowds of people would flock to him whenever he did a public performance. During a public ritual, Pali stabbed himself in the chest to prove that he could not die. Not surprisingly, it resulted in the 25-year-old bleeding profusely and later dying at the hospital. This was all part of a rehearsed act that he had done in the past using a flimsy sword that usually broke when he stabbed his chest, but obviously the sword he used was strong enough to pierce the skin. Apparently he wasn't immortal. Who could have seen that coming?
I love that. That's actually in the article. Who could have seen that coming?
Wow. Jesus.
Oh, good times.
Unbelievable.
Good times. I love the Darwin Awards.
Yeah. I think that anytime, hey, Judy, if I came to you and said, hey, listen, you're not going to believe this, but I am pretty sure I'm immortal. So take this sword and stab me in the fucking chest. I would hope that you would be like, no.
You're retarded.
No. What are you, fucking dumb? Who lets these people do this kind of thing? Who at the bonfire thought, hey, guy, maybe you shouldn't run out there and fucking moon the fucking oncoming traffic? You know? Who thought, hey, buddy, maybe stopping on the Autobahn to take a fucking selfie ain't such a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Hey, maybe that cell phone just ain't that important. It's probably broke anyway.
You could probably wait until the park's closed, or ask the park staff to help you get the phone back.
Yeah, or just let it go. Maybe, isn't that the reason why there's like bins before you go into the ride to leave your belongings? So that nothing
they have lockers all over those parks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, crazy,
Dumbasses.
crazy shit.
You know, I keep looking at the clock thinking where we ran over.
I know,
I'm so
right?
used to our time slot.
I know, it's crazy. And I think we're like way ahead of schedule too. But it's all right because I have tons of fucking stories, so it's good. So I think it's time.
Plethora.
A plethora. I think it's time. I think it is time we hit these stories.
Uh-oh.
What do you think?
Let's do this.
You ready to do some stories?
Yeah, but I'm going to have to take a potty break first.
A potty break?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, we're off schedule.
Oh, my God. So you didn't go potty beforehand?
I did, but normally I can hold it until 9. I don't know. Apparently I'm on a schedule.
All right. Well, you go do you.
All right. I'll be right back.
You go do you. I'm going to start
Just
stories.
wait.
I'm going to start stories. All righty then. I'm going to start tonight's story off with, or tonight's news stories off with a story that was sent to, look at, I got a lot of fucking stories this week. So I'm going to start off with a story that was sent to me by loyal listener Dean Cerny. It was actually sent for last week's show, but we didn't do one. So this story comes from Youngstown, Ohio, where detectives are hoping someone can identify a suspect accused of robbing an adult novelty store in Youngstown, Ohio. Police have asked 21 News and other media outlets to circulate a picture of the man they say held up the adult toy and gift store at 1410 Market Street on Friday. According to police, the man came into the store before midnight and told the clerk he had a gun, but didn't show a weapon. The robber made off with cash from the draw. The suspect is a white male with a beard. He was wearing a dark-colored Denver Broncos hood at the time. Police ask anyone who can identify the man to contact Detective Sergeant Michael Lambert at 330-742-8249. Judy, I thought you were going to the bathroom. What the fuck are you doing at the microwave?
Hola?
I just want to let you know that everybody heard you fucking with the microwave.
It wasn't the microwave. It was my space heater.
What? How many digits did you have to punch into that motherfucker?
Well, it doesn't have memory on it because it's stupid. So when I turn it on, it's on 75, which is way too fucking warm. I'll be like, oh my God, is this show over yet? I need to go to sleep.
Who? I want to know. Now you missed the story, so I'm kind of curious on who breaks into a fucking adult toy store just to steal money. I mean, you had to think, wait a minute, this is an adult store. A lot of people don't come here because, you know, they're nervous about, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because it's awkward, weird.
You know, you
my
go
God,
in there.
Somebody might see me.
Maybe steal.
Nobody you know is in there.
Maybe steal some fucking, maybe steal some edible underwear. You know, I don't know. Alrighty then, moving right along.
All right, you're going to have to go first. I don't have one queued up yet.
I already went first!
I know, but you're going to have to go again.
Fine. This next story was sent to me from Mark Zahner.
Yeah.
2 men arrested for shooting at each other while wearing bulletproof vests. Before I even read the story, I want to ask you, why arrest them?
Yeah, just let them...
Let them keep going. Eventually, Mother Nature is going to come into play here.
Absolutely.
In stupid...
And we will be reading about them in the Darwin Awards later.
Exactly. So police in Arkansas arrested 2 neighbors after they decided to take turns shooting each other while wearing bulletproof vests. This is an ill-advised turn of events took place after the men had some drinks on the deck. Citing a police affidavit, the Northwestern Arkansas Democrat-Gazette reported Charles Eugene Ferris, 50, and Christopher Hicks, 36, were arrested Monday in connection with aggravated assault. What assault? According to the newspaper, Benton County Sheriff's Deputy Dorian Hendricks was called to a hospital late Sunday night after a man was reported to have been shot multiple times while wearing a bulletproof vest. That happened to be Ferris, who explained to the officer he had been shot once in the chest, 5 times in the back, while protecting a man he called his asset. Turned out the two men who
Oh my God.
Turns out the two men who were neighbors were drinking on a deck Sunday when Ferris told Hicks to shoot him. You ready for this? With a .22 caliber rifle while Ferris wore the vest. What kind of vest were they wearing? A fucking protective PT vest? I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's a fucking .22! It obviously was not very good fucking body armor. Turns out the two men who were neighbors were drinking on a deck Sunday when Ferris told them to shoot him with the rifle while he wore the vest. The bullet hit Ferris in the upper chest but didn't penetrate the vest, the Democrat Gazette reported. Ferris noted it hurt after being shot because he was a big pussy. According to the affidavit, when it was Hicks' turn to wear the vest, Ferris unloaded the clip into his back, causing bruises but no serious injuries. Ferris later admitted he made up the story about protecting an asset because he didn't want to get Hicks in trouble. Ferris was arrested after being released from the hospital, while Hicks was arrested at his home. Prosecutors
says, Bulldog, hold my beer.
Prosecutors had filed a formal charge against Ferris or Hicks, but the Democrat so no formal charges have been filed. Now, listen. I just want to throw it out there. Okay? Sigh when you're here in July. I have a fucking IOTV with fucking plates.
Oh, Jesus
I want
Christ.
I want you to shoot me with my fucking SD40.
Oh my God.
And see if it hurts.
Haven't we covered stories like that?
Yeah.
A couple times.
I'm totally kidding. I don't want you to do that at all.
Cy says he has a vest. I can't believe you guys are going to be in the same location. You're allowed to be in the same location.
Why?
So soon after the last time. No, I'm kidding.
What is that supposed to mean? Huh? What the fuck's that supposed to mean, Julie? All right, come on.
Moving right along. I love this. This is absolutely fantastic. 23-year-old, I'm going to have a hard time saying this guy's name. 23-year-old Eusebio Padilla has been pulled over by officers for reportedly riding a motorcycle without a license plate on Sunday, April 7th.
Fuck, I have the story.
I figured you would. It's gone viral. After he was placed in handcuffs during the traffic stop, Mr. Padilla was observed removing a baggie from his butt crack.
From his asshole.
Up his arsehole and placing it on the ground. After examining the baggie, which I'm sure smelled fantastic, Officer Daniel DeGraff discovered it contained almost 4 dozen small diamonds. Do you think there was coal there before the...
You know, I don't know, but this is what I want to know. This is I have a legitimate fucking question here. Can somebody please answer me this? If you're pulled over, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're guilty of driving without a fucking license plate. Probably just getting a ticket, right?
Right.
Why would you pull something out of your ass? Hey, if I wasn't in enough trouble about the fucking driving without a license plate, I just thought I'd give you some more shit. Here. Oh.
Well, I want to know why they put him in handcuffs. What led him to put him in handcuffs over a fucking license plate? As reported by the Albuquerque Journal, Mr. Padilla admitted to Officer DeGraff that it was likely the diamonds had been stolen. Well, obviously, you didn't fucking buy them and shove them in your ass. and he explained that he had obtained them from a relative who usually has stolen items. Mr. Padilla also admitted that he had intended to sell the precious stones for drugs.
Go figure.
Some drug dealer's girlfriend was going to, oh my God, my man loves me. According to a criminal complaint which has been filed in the Metropolitan Court by Officer DeGraff, based on the uncommon behavior of concealing diamonds in packaging commonly used to store narcotics and concealing it in his butt cavity, and the attempt to get rid of them. Oh, he was trying to get rid of them.
Go figure.
It was apparent to me that Padilla must have known the baggie of diamonds was stolen. Police officers also found a knife on Mr. Padilla's person during the traffic stop. Well, that's nothing unusual, but a butthole bag. I mean, that's really literally a buttload of diamonds.
That's too much.
Speaking with KOB4 News, experienced jeweler Lonnie Schroeder estimated the value of the diamonds found in Mr. Padilla's rear end. He says if they're half carat, they can start as low as $500 and go as high as $7,000 to $8,000.
But these were shitty diamonds, so it doesn't matter.
He said it's probably tens of thousands of dollars without actually getting a chance to inspect all of them.
Come on, Judy. These were shitty diamonds.
Yeah, they were. They were terrible, shitty. So the actual value of the diamonds has not been reported. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna stop. The story goes on, and it's unnecessarily long. But what's really funny are people's reactions on Instagram and Twitter. One guy writes, "Cops in New Mexico found 44 diamonds in some dude's anus after pulling him over for driving a motorcycle without a license plate. How's your day going?" This guy had my joke. "Pardon my French, but Cameron is so tight that if you stuck a lump of coal in his ass in 2 weeks, you'd have some diamonds." Someone wrote, "They're going to need polishing." And then somebody else wrote, "Are these just diamonds in the rough?"
That's pretty good.
So do you think anybody would actually want to wear those diamonds if they know the truth?
Nobody's telling that story.
You wouldn't believe the deal I got on this stone for my girl.
Right. All right. So this next story was sent to me from John Woodruff, and this would be a perfect Florida man story.
Florida man.
And I actually even like the way the guy wrote it. Fred Flintstone found himself a long way from bedrock last week.
Oh, no.
The Hanna-Barbera character, who is actually a Florida man named Don Swartz, with clearly way too much time on his hands, drove around the Wesley Chapel area in a smart car that was customized to look a lot like the iconic Flintmobile. And I am actually putting this story in the fucking chat right now because you guys have got to see this car. It must have been a slow day in the neighborhood because Pasco County Sheriff's Office Deputy Echeverria decided to use the off-the-wall incident as an opportunity for a photo op, staging a scene where Swartz got pulled over and cited for speeding. In the Facebook post, the Pasco Sheriff's Office joked that Mr. Flintstone became unruly and had to be detained. After further investigation, Mr. Flintstone was issued a notice to appear and released. Deputy Echeverria then seized the vehicle, which is now part of the PSSO fleet. This is what intelligence-led policing looks like in the Stone Age, the post read. A very special thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Dawn and Trina Swartz for being such great sports. Yabba dabba doo. Even if this guy was actually breaking any laws, you have to ask yourself, what was he doing all dressed up more than a week after Halloween? The costume was one thing, but the whole Flintmobile situation just takes on to a whole new level. This guy even went as far as to take the doors off the customize the seats. To be fair, the fact is it's a Florida story, makes it way less surprising. These folks are on an entirely different wavelength. Yeah, somebody had a little bit of time on their hands. Did you look at it? Did you look at it?
I did not. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I will.
All right. Wilma! Moving right along.
This story has started going viral. After a knee injury, Klaus Jorstad of Alta, Norway, invested in a Marius stool from IKEA to sit on while he showered. But that plan backfired big time.
Uh-oh.
While sitting on the chair during a recent rinse, one of Jorstad's testicles got stuck in a hole in the seat. When the hot water caused them to expand.
What, his testicles or the seat?
Yes, both. Sitting there and noticing the accident, I bent down to see what happened. I realized the little nutter has got stuck. He told the Daily Mail. I love his description. He sat there so long, in fact, that the water turned cold. However, Jorstad thinks the freezing water was actually his saving grace. You see, the temperature drop caused his testicle to shrink again. It was cold in there, which allowed him to safely free his little guy. Whew. But after the incident, he decided to warn others about his experience by taking to Facebook and alerting IKEA in a post that has since gone viral. So and I'm going to post this article in.
Why share your embarrassment with everybody else?
Oh, why not? They don't. I don't know if you've ever met any Scandinavians. They don't embarrass easily. I've worked with a lot of Norwegians, and they really don't embarrass easily. So this chair is actually a plastic stool. It's a 4-legged stool, and the chair has little holes in it, almost like in clock positioning.
Okay.
So I'm going to post this. So IKEA's response to his message, because he put it right on IKEA's Facebook page, they said, "Hey Klaus, we recommend that you take the stool out of the shower, or that you sit on it with the right uniform on and in the right setting." A staffer posted on Facebook. "If you choose to keep it in the shower, make sure you are well dressed for your next sea excursion."
What kind of bullshit is that? He's trying to get clean in the shower. Why would he be dressed?
So Jorstad did exactly what he should have done from the beginning. He covered the stool with the washcloth. Problem solved. Hey man, you know what? There is no way you're gonna no balls this guy and lose. He just posted his business out there for everybody to see. 0 fucks given.
Nope. No, whatever.
That sounds a little painful though, doesn't it?
Yeah, whatever.
Pulled up. Yep.
Yep. Nope. I'm good. All right. This next story was sent to me from Cindy Cerny, and it comes to us from Washington County, Oregon, and we know some people from Oregon.
We do.
Yeah.
Several somebodies.
Yeah. The whole fucking group of people from BV Nation Radio. They, things are so boring in Oregon, they can't even come up with their own idea on how to do a radio show.
We love busting their balls.
Yeah. Deputies responding to a 911 call for a burglary in progress at an Oregon woman's home ended up catching the culprit, a robotic vacuum that was trapped in her bathroom. Yes, you heard that correct.
What?
The initial call came in from someone reporting that a stranger was in her bathroom and that the person had the bathroom door locked. Okay, if you were fucking robbing someone's house, why would you hide in the fucking bathroom? She said that...
Oh, I snorted. Whoa, I snorted.
Yep, go drink. She said that she could see the shadows moving under the door. Within minutes, several deputies surrounded the home, calling for a canine team as backup. They say they could hear a rustling noise coming from the bathroom. After calling to the suspect several times over a loudspeaker, deputies went into the home with the guns drawn. After opening the bathroom door, deputies said they found an automated robot vacuum crashing around on the floor. As we entered the home, we could hear rustling in the bathroom. We made several announcements, with the rustling becoming more frequent. We breached the bathroom door and encountered a very thorough vacuuming job being done by a Roomba robotic vacuum cleaner. The Washington County Sheriff's Deputy Bratches wrote in his report, no word on whether the deputies filed charges in the incident, but the suspect's record appears to be clean. Wow. Now, listen, folks, if you're ever in a position in which you feel like you're being robbed, there's a pretty good chance that if you have a robber in your house, they're not going to lock themselves in your bathroom. Just saying.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All right, moving right along.
We're going back to our favorite state. If this were next week, this would be Florida man. Dun, dun, dun. Police called to an Olive Garden in Naples say they arrived to find a shirtless man shoveling spaghetti into his mouth with his hands.
Okay. So
the Miami Herald reported Ben Paget, 32, was arrested on April 7th for disorderly intoxication. We've never had any kind of story like that come out of Florida. And resisting an officer without violence. How exactly did he throw noodles at? How exactly is it? Okay. According to an arrest report, police responded to a disturbance call at the restaurant and saw Pageant eating the pasta belligerently. How do you eat belligerently?
Belligerently? Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Oh,
Hey! Don't be so belligerent. Use a fork.
And he was muttering obscenities. You fucking dirty pasta. You get in there, you little bitch. You think that's what it was? He was not wearing a shirt.
Wait a minute. How did he even get in the restaurant to get served pasta?
I don't know. Was he maybe clothed and then decided to get naked for the pasta?
Yeah, right? Maybe he was like, hey,
I need answers.
This is my good shirt. I don't want to be getting pasta on my good shirt. All right? I'm about to eat some pasta with my fucking hands. It makes a mess. I don't want to get it on my good shirt. You can't make this shit up.
Oh, the best part. The officers gave him some paper towels to clean up the mess before he was placed under arrest. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, right? Let the fucking staff that's getting paid the $4.25 an hour to do it.
Once he was in the patrol car, police say Paget began hitting his head against the metal cage.
Oh, there has to be drugs involved.
And cut his head. He was booked into jail later and released on a $2,000 bond. That's the story, that he hit his own head on the cage partition. Listen, I've known some cops in the past.
Oh, that was his story?
Well, that's the story that the media is telling us. That the media is telling us that the police say that the guy was banging his head on the metal cage in the patrol car.
Right.
But, you know, I knew someone about 11 years ago who was a cop, and when he would pick up the drunks late at night and they would say shit like, you know, people that are in that situation will say anything. They don't, you know, it's zero fucks given at that point. And he had, this guy that I was friends with had a guy say, I bet your wife's a sweet whore. I'd fuck her if I had a chance, or something like that. So the cop slams on the brakes. The perp slams into the cage, and the cop goes, "Did you see that fucking dog run out in front of the car?" So maybe he hit his head on the cage by accident.
Maybe not.
Maybe he's really, like you said, drugs are involved. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so Terrell Gould was huge on sending fucking...
Yeah, I always hit the door frame.
He was huge on sending me stories this past week. This one comes from Crossville, Tennessee.
Yes!
You know where this is?
My God, I've done 11 stories from Crossville. Yes.
Officers pulled over a woman driving a Walmart mobility scooter down a Tennessee highway Friday.
I love that story.
Sally Selby caught the attention of law enforcement around 5 a.m. while driving the motorized shopping cart in a slow lane of Highway 127. Hey, at least she was using the right lane. Selby allegedly told officers that she was on her way to a Waffle House to buy a cup of coffee.
Why not?
A. According to WTFV, the 45-year-old initially told officers that she built the scooter, but was later arrested for theft after Walmart employees confirmed it belonged to the store. Walmart surveillance video showed Selby using the shopping scooter inside the store before driving it out to the parking lot, police said. It wasn't clear Tuesday whether or not she might face additional charges. Hey, have you ever seen somebody go to the grocery store, they put all their groceries in the cart, then they take the grocery cart home? It happens, right? She did the same thing, and she had to go to Waffle House to get her some coffee.
Oh, shit.
Ah, shit.
Alrighty then, and my next story is loading up. Akron, Ohio. Police now have charged a man who is accused of shooting someone over chicken.
Oh, shit. It happens.
It happens. It does. Absolutely. Police say Kenneth B. Fry, of course his last name's Fry, wouldn't it be? 71 of Akron was charged with felonious assault. He was picked up on a warrant for that charge from an incident that happened on March 12th at his West Dalton Street rooming house. According to police, Fry choked and shot a man in the shoulder because the man ate 2 pieces of his chicken. You don't touch a man's chicken, folks.
Touch my motherfucking chicken.
Yeah, that's the lesson to be learned here. Police said the victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. I bet you he never eats anybody's chicken without asking ever again, doesn't he?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yep.
That motherfucker.
It was a short story, but it's so fucking funny.
That's great. That is great. Was it beer BQ sauce on the chicken?
You know, if there was, it's a justifiable shooting. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, so this next story was sent to me from Mary Jane Kelly.
Oh, nice.
And we know her by a different name, but
yes,
we'll stick with Mary Jane Kelly. It comes from our favorite state, Florida.
Yes.
This one's fucking weird. 3 women were arrested in Wesley Chapel, Florida, after they were found naked at a rest stop, said troopers with the Florida Highway Patrol. But the women didn't go quietly and led officers on a pursuit through Pasco County. On Wednesday, Pasco County dispatchers received a 911 call from a custodian at a rest stop over the northbound Interstate 75 just south of State Road 54. A trooper arrived and quickly spotted the naked women. When approached, the woman told the trooper they had recently showered and they were air drying, which is a common occurrence. Okay. According to the media release, as the troopers worked to gather information at the scene, the suspects hopped in a vehicle and fled north on I-75 towards SR 52. The responding trooper initiated pursuit but canceled it because it did not fit Florida Highway Patrol criteria. Another citizen called Florida Highway Patrol's dispatch to report a reckless vehicle, which turned out to be the female suspects. The vehicle turned east on SR 52, and troopers spotted it driving on the wrong side of the road. The trooper deployed the agency's Star Chase projectiles, which are a relatively new addition to Florida Highway Patrol. The darts allow troopers to essentially tag a vehicle, back off from potentially dangerous pursuit, and use a GPS to locate the suspect vehicle. The vehicle was tracked down to a convenience store parking lot near SR 52 and Curley Road. Troopers said that they arrived, the car was empty, and they waited for the 3 females to exit the store. And they weren't hard to notice because they were fucking naked. One trooper attempted to take the female into custody, who did not make it back into the vehicle. However, as the trooper attempted to arrest the individual, the driver purposely drove directly at the trooper, who had to jump away to avoid being struck. The passenger exited the vehicle with a metal bat and tried to assault the trooper. This story just keeps getting better and better as it goes along.
Is there an end to this?
Dade City Police responded to the area and deployed stop sticks, which deflated the right side of the suspect's vehicle's right side tires. Go figure that it deployed. I mean, who writes this shit? it deflated the right side of the suspect's right side tires. I mean, if you think...
We like to point out excellent journalism on our show as well.
Then a trooper used the pit maneuver and completely halted the vehicle at SR 52 and 21st Street. Wow, it was really busy SR 52 that day, wasn't it? The suspects refused to exit and interlocked their arms together inside the vehicle. All three were tasered and taken into custody, they added. The driver was later identified as 18-year-old Oasis McLeod. The passengers were identified as Jenaya McLeod and Cecilia Young. Both are 19 years old. Florida Highway Patrol said several troopers had minor injuries but didn't elaborate further. The three females were arrested on several charges, included aggravated assault and lewd behavior.
Lewd
behavior.
I'm seriously waiting for that story to still go on.
Yeah.
It's just so much.
It just kept going.
It does.
And it wasn't getting better, actually.
No.
All right, moving right along.
I would just want to throw out that... Yeah, a New York woman has sustained injuries after crashing her car due to a startling surprise passenger. The Cairo Police Department shared the story Wednesday on their Facebook page. According to police, the woman was driving when she noticed there was a spider in her car. She panicked and crashed the vehicle, injuring her leg. We know that it is easier for some drivers than others, but please try to teach new drivers and yourselves to overcome the fear and pull over to a safe space.
Say what?
Really? Okay, just in case anybody missed it, I'm 47 years old and I have an irrational fear of spiders. And I'm not just going to get over it if one's crawling on me while I'm driving my fucking car. It's not going to happen. That's going to take decades of therapy.
Right, yep.
Police thanked the town's fire department and ambulance service, as well as the Greene County paramedics and sheriff's department for their help. I'm just going to throw this out here.
Throw it out.
This could have been written about me. The only reason you know it isn't is because she was in New York and not Tennessee. This also could have been written about several of my friends. I think this is completely justified. You know, I posted, about a month ago? I found a spider in my car. Time to buy a new car.
Yep. Oh, burnt that motherfucker down.
Yep, exactly. Oh, and Jade Lopez says it wasn't no fender bender either. She really fucked up her car. In fact, I'll post the link in the comments. She really fucked up her car. Obviously, if she got hurt as well. It does. It happens. It completely happens.
It happens.
Spider in the car. Jimbo says, itsy bitsy premium razor.
Pretty much, yep.
So there's a link in the comments so that you guys can see she pretty much fucked up her car for good.
I have 3.
Oh, jeez.
I have 3 remaining stories.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them I'm gonna have to hold over to next week.
Same here,
because I have a lot of stories. But there's a couple that
I have a gold mine that I'm gonna have to sit on.
All right, I'm gonna start off with the story that was sent to me by Uncle Si, and I want to start off by you got to hear the headline: Man beheads 4 chickens, smashes 6 windows, steals chaps, and overturns motorcycle in costly East Des Moines rampage. I'm going to share this story because you guys have got to see this guy's fucking mugshot, okay?
Oh, jeez.
You have to see this guy's mugshot. This guy's mugshot looks like he is the fucking dude from the Goonies.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
The hey you guys!
Hey you guys! Ruth? Ruth, baby? Baby Ruth? 4 decapitated chickens, 6 smashed windows, an overturned Harley, and 1 stolen pair of chaps later, a man
OMG.
who wreaked havoc on Des Moines on Friday was arrested, police said. Anthony Runner, 31, of Des Moines, faces charges of theft, criminal mischief, assault, burglary, and livestock abuse after going on a rampage through East Des Moines that caused thousands of dollars in damage, according to court records.
Junk!
Chunk! Chunk! Chunky!
Oh my god.
All right, hold on. I gotta get back to this. All
Okay.
right. A man told police that his wife was picking up the chickens. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got ahead of it. A man told police that his wife called around 2 p.m. to tell him 4 chickens they kept in the backyard of the 2900 block of Capitol Avenue had been beheaded. Runner later admitted to picking up the chickens and spinning them around until their heads came off. Interesting. So it's true, they do just pop off, huh? Police also found blood and chicken feces on Runner's boots. He was charged with 4 counts of livestock abuse, an aggravated misdemeanor, and a third-degree burglary, a Class D felony, according to the court records. A damaged satellite dish on the property was also found in the chicken coop next to a large rock, police said. Runner also did damage in the 2600 block of East Walnut. He stole a pair of leather chaps outside of a saddlebag on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, pummeled the motorcycle with a shovel, caused significant damage, estimated about $5,000, but if that Harley owner's smart, it'll be somewhere closer to 75, pushed the Harley onto its side and swung the shovel at the head of the woman whose Harley he was attacking. Oh, you never attack a woman's Harley. That's a dyke on a bike, and she will kick your ass. Runner, just kidding. Runner was charged with 2nd-degree criminal mischief, a 5th-degree theft, and assault with a dangerous weapon. Because apparently when you swing a shovel, it's a dangerous weapon. He faces additional criminal mischief charges for breaking out windows in at least 4 cars of the 27 and 2600 block of East Walnut Street and the 2600 block of Raccoon Street, court records show.
Raccoon Street, I love that name.
Runner, who is being housed at the Polk County Jail, is set to appear in court Sunday for the initial hearing. No attorney for him has been listed in the online records. Why? Because there is no attorney alive that is taking that fucking case.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. Let me. I'm sorry. I was.
Do you want me to keep them going? I mean, if you want to hold on to your stories.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. All right. So my next story, this one was sent to me. Oh wait, I take that back. This one wasn't sent to me by anybody. Okay. This story seems to be a little far-fetched. An employee of McDonald's restaurant in Canada was accused of stealing more than 80 pounds of chicken McNuggets from his employer. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And this is how I thought this story was a little hokey. They don't use pounds, do they? They use the metric system, don't they?
Sure, I don't remember.
All right, so anyway, 31-year-old Andy Brown was arrested this morning by the Ottawa police after a cavity search revealed 4 condoms filled with frozen chicken nuggets hidden in his rectum. According to McDonald's spokesman, David Knox, Mr. Brown's employer, had suspected him of stealing food for some time and had already searched him on 5 occasions but never seemed to find anything on him. A search of Mr. Brown's locker revealed a large jar of Vaseline and a dozen unused condoms. Mr. Brown now faces 5 charges of petty theft, 2 charges of possession of stolen property after allegedly stealing more than 80 pounds of McNuggets between the months of December 2015 and September 2016. Investigators posted that he used a little ingenuity and some Vaseline, inserting the nuggets in condoms, then hiding them in his anal cavity to smuggle them out of the workplace. He's been released on a promise to...
How many times have we said anus and butthole on tonight's show?
Right? Just not fucking right. He has been released on a promise to appear in court on October 12th for the beginning of his trial. Now, I will tell you that we try to keep these stories as real as possible, and I actually Googled that one a little bit more, and it turns out it's not true. but I thought it was fucking hilarious nonetheless. So we end the show tonight with a story from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
I have that one too.
Where a mother and her son are in custody after causing a ruckus at a Walmart Wednesday night, police said. Their dog apparently chipped in too. The Eau Claire Police Department identified 46-year-old Lisa Smith and her 25-year-old son, Benny Van, as the suspects. Investigators said the dog is named Bo.
Of course it is.
Responding officers said they found Smith yelling in the doorway trying to summon Bo. Smith allegedly brought Bo into the store without a leash so he could easily ditch his owner and started running up to unsuspecting customers. While Bo was doing that, Smith began tearing apart store displays and placing them in her shopping cart, police said.
Of course, why not? Walmart
staff asked her to leave. She complied. Police said she left the store to perform karate moves in the parking lot. Bo, on the other hand, had...
Because that's the logical thing to do next.
Hey, well, you know... Bo, on the other hand, had not been brought to heel. By the time anyone found him, he was on his way out of the store with a box of Jiffy cornbread muffin mix in his mouth.
Oh my God.
Police arrested Smith, but it wasn't without a fight. She allegedly kicked out a patrol car window when they finally got her in custody. Now you might ask, I thought there was a third person involved here. Well, there was. Meanwhile, police said Van was running amok inside the store. He allegedly took off all his clothes in the rear of Walmart and exposed himself to everyone around him. Fortunately for them, he tried to cover himself by putting on the clothes Walmart had on the racks. Even so, police said he didn't try to purchase them, so that is a crime. No, it's not a crime to try on clothes. Officers approached and commanded him to end the madness, but he refused. Authorities said Van even used a scooter in an attempt to run over an officer. But the law enforcement physically stopped the scooter and took him into custody. Van faces charges for lewd and lascivious behavior, disorderly conduct, retail theft. Smith is charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and misdemeanor bail jumping. Bo, however, was not charged. Police issued him a warning for the theft. And on that note, we are at the end of the show.
We are.
We are. You know, every week we try to bring you our brand of humor. We try to bring you a new view on things that are going on in the world in hopes that you get a laugh, because you know that the biggest thing with the show is to try to get veterans of like minds around to feel better and to get a laugh, because that's the most important thing when dealing with PTS, TBIs, and depression and stuff like that. So,
absolutely.
So if you guys, you know, if there's something you want us to talk about on the show, send us a message. If there's something you don't want us to talk about on the show, please, again, send us a message. Because this is your show. Even though me and Judy present it to you, it is your show. We do this for you. So go over, check out our sponsors, Beard BQ Sauce, at beardbqsauce.com. Don't forget, use code BOOBS to save 25% through tomorrow. Go to Venomous Firearms, pick up some wonderful coffee. Look at their wide variety of firearms available. And if you're living in a kick-ass state like I am, you can actually order one and have them sent to you. You got any parting words? You know, I have to tell you something. Maybe I should do this next week, and he can be my hero of the week. Okay. You know, we can't stand Justin Bieber, but I heard a story about him on the news this morning. And he was admitting to his problems with depression, and he's on medication, and he's in therapy. And I'm sitting here listening to this news this morning, and I'm like, who fucking cares? But then, actually, the news reporter quoted Justin and said the reason he's doing this is because he wants to raise awareness, and he wants to help people understand that it's okay to talk about it's okay to talk about your depression. It's not something to hide from. You're not going to get better from it pretending like it's not going to happen and burying it. And you know what? I can't fucking stand that guy, but my hat's off to him. He's absolutely dead on.
somebody like him could definitely bring awareness to issues like that. And for once, I got to applaud the guy for doing something that's pretty brave, because something like that could hurt a person's career. So it was pretty brave of him to do that.
Right
so
on.
I think it's pretty cool. Take care of each other out there. Watch out for each other. And
Reach out.
Yeah, reach out, definitely. If you're struggling, reach out. If you see someone struggling, reach out to them. Get them laughing. Ask them how they're doing. You never know. A few kind words could change someone's life.
Absolutely. All right, and on that note, that's the end of the show. We'll see you all next Monday.
Smooches.
Good night, all.
This concludes our broadcast day.